They've got Swaneka, humanity's first friend, the gift of fire, tail of tail, sleepy soldier, leader, the pick bloods, named Kawaneka. And it's been a while. Too long. Yeah, anyways, let's just you know, get on with it. I'm so like I feel like all I've done this week is sleep, and I'm still tired. Granted, it has not been like when I should sleep. I sleep like after work, and then I wake up and I'm awake for like 2-3 hours, and then I go back to bed for like 3 hours, and then I go to work. It's so fucked. Yeah, last night I got like 4 hours of sleep, woke up, did errands, and then took a 3 hour nap. And I'm awake again. And I'm just like so fucking out of it. So yeah, Nasti. Banshee. She makes high ground stuff that you can stand on. It's cool. So yeah. We're gonna get her. Here we go, one and done. Fuck. Oh, a lot of 5 stars though, but okay. One of these is probably the new one, I assume. That's Bobbing and Figurino. Huh. Okay, Figurino's new. Greeny Karen. Karen? I guess? I don't know. I'm so bad with pronunciations. Alright, here we go. I don't hear anything, but that could just be my ear being clogged. Nope, it's 5. That's what I thought. Yeah, more 5s. Okay, I got you again, but where's the new girl? Okay, here we go. 30 rolls. Let's go. I don't hear it. Okay, that's what I thought, but another 2 5 stars. Huh, and still not the new one. That's interesting. 6 5 stars. We missed on the 50-50. 4 times. We missed on the other 50-50 twice. Fuck. Okay. I don't hear anything. Another 5-star bag. Another 3 5 stars. Okay, we got the new girl at least. God, we got fucking 3 of this guy. It's crazy. Okay. That was 40 pulls, so we're probably gonna get her here. Well, we'll probably get a 6-star anyways. I don't hear it. Oh my god. 50 pulls without a 6-star. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, we have a 6-star at least. And it's the first one, of course. I almost did a single pull too. Let's go.
ライン生命エンジニア科主任ナスティだ。君のことをよく話題に出す同僚が何人もいる。会えて嬉しい。
Cool. Oh, I'm tired. Alright. Banshee obtained.
$3巻き戻せ。左の映像表示端末。出力。皆の前でコメントするのか。悪いが、抽象的な話題を語るのは虚しさを覚えるんだ。
It's fine. Okay.
3秒巻き戻せ。左の映像表示端末。出力データに誤りがある。よし、解決した。
We're one short. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, and it's not even today, it's tomorrow. Fuck. Fuck, we can't eat to her. I mean, we can. This delicious. We can, I just don't want to use it. Such a waste, or whatever. Get more eventually, I guess. Okay. Oh. Somebody that does manganese blocks. Not really. Just throw honeyberry in then. Go to the base itself because we need to do the old swapperoo. Okay, so I did being at 200 made me think maybe I didn't do the base today, but it appears I did. Yeah, I definitely did the base earlier. Oh, weird. Okay. You guys out. No, not you, not you. You. And you.
風通しよし、視界良好。問題ないわ。働きやすい環境みたいね。
Steel.
部屋を自分で飾り付けてもいいか?
Oops. Scored.
部屋を自分で飾り付けてもいいか?
Okay. Maybe I'm sick. Maybe that's why my head hurts. Maybe that's why I'm sneezing. Maybe that's why I can't hear it in my left ear. Those are all very clear signs that I'm probably sick.
君とロドスの信頼に感謝する、ドクター。我々の協力の成果は心強いものだ。
Okay, cool. Remain 3-5, 3-star rating. Let's deploy. Nasti use the roosting grounds at least 2 times. Okay. Device can build and upgrade a special high ground device to deploy ranged operators, provide them with both plus 130% attack, plus 30% defense. Device restores double SP and healing to the special high ground. Gains one device and skill activation. Awesome.
Here. Construction project plans and data reconciliation sheet. Why the face? I share the same 24 hours a day that you do, so there's no reason I should work for you alone.
Yeah, fair.
ほら、工事計画書とデータの照合表。
I don't really have a preference between the two, but I just typically use. What do you sound like?
あなたも自分の執務室の解説なんて聞きたくないでしょ。最悪私が荷車に乗せて引いてあげるから、お願いだから外に出ようよ。
She's so familiar. Who is she? This voice is way too familiar. Who is Minori? Ozawa? What? The fuck do you mean she's only been in like 2 anime? I've never heard of either. That's crazy. Her voice sounds very familiar. Oh, okay. What's her English voice sound like?
You're not seriously expecting me to give you a tour of your own office? Come on, I'm getting you out of this place. I'll cart you out if I have to.
It's a good voice. She have like a scar on her belly? That's neat. Alright, let's get you, E2'd.
もう行った場所をわざわざ映像で見直すの？ガイドにも標準があるの？なんだか軽重に最優秀清掃員って称号を上げてるみたいなんだけど。
What are you? You're a defender. Elemental defense. Okay. What does that do? Oh. Just deals 4% name. Okay. I thought that would be a little like better. I don't know why I thought that would be more impressive, but it's fine.
もう行った場所をわざわざ映像で見直すの？
Factory. Defender chip. Oh, we have no defender chips. Fuck. You know what? We have like 5 billion medic chips. Because I keep getting only medic chips. I'm not getting like any defender chips when I do that, so. Yeah, where's the. Where's the conversion again? Oh, wait. You did. I forgot how you do it. Over here. Chips, we need. Yeah, I have so many medic chips and no defender chips. Who does chips? I don't know. It's not a, as I know it. Building material. Skill summaries. Crown Slayer. Why do you have a symbol, Crown Slayer? Oh, bagpipe.
音質はどっちだべ？
No, not 8. I just need this many. Ooh, we got a whole sniper chip for free. Yippee. Everything's full, so I can't put bagpipe. It's fine. Okay, defender chips. Oh wait, we only need 3. That's fine. Whatever. It hurts.
リーダー、速達です。制約 力会社って言いながら各国の政治家とこそこそやって
Hello.
る謎組織のお墨付きゴールデンガイド。そんな看板を打ち出したらどれだけお客さんが群がってくるか想像もできないよ。
Alright, cool. She said, oh, that's fine, I don't care. Oh yeah, I need to get Nasti to at least 60. I don't think she's a 90er, but 60 is fine.
3秒巻き戻す。
Okay.
左の映像表示端末。出力データに誤りがある。
Now,
よし、解決した。
let's go start the event. Because I was so out of it yesterday, I did not start the event at all. What do we have here? Oh yeah, Skybox. I don't remember what he does. What does Wanake on air mean? So it's a play on words of like on air, as in like live, like radio or television, you know? And then like my name. It's like Waneka on air. So Wanake on air. Yeah, we gotta get Skybox. Okay. Time for the Air Expo. Yeah, it's just a little pun. The Ballast of the Banshees, Kazdel. Okay. Woohoo! Yahoo! Yeah. Tin Man. Still ways to go before we pass through the reed beds and arrive at the roosting tree. Shall I take the helm? The boats of the Convalis were carved by incantation and are powered by the same. They have no need for physical strength to pilot. It's fine. Those three are busy running wild. Let them burn off some of that energy. I like how he just always carries that bag of hot dogs. They are more lively. This is them at their calmest, if you can believe it. You don't want to see them rowing while deciding who can cry the loudest or roar them like a mangled beast. I am too tired to read properly. I can already tell I'm lost enough words. They were churned up in the furnace for centuries, after all. They barely had physical form, barely had distinct identities. Anyone would be rowdy after something like that. It's quiet. The Convalis? Pardon? In Columbia, even a forward-thinking guy like me finds himself flustered at a taxicab door, struggling to find the handle on a newfangled model. Noisy change is Columbia's natural state. The ever-pioneering, ever-advancing nation. She waits for no man, not even for a second. But here, when was the last time I came here? 200 years ago, after Kazdel was picked clean in the wake of that bitter war. Veela had only just turned this valley into a home of the Banshees. Yep, could have been easy finding a place like this, snuggled up to all these Orginium-doused mountains. Mist lakes rippling near, sunken trees among the reed beds, forests carpeting the land in gold. The Banshees working the oars of their boats, gently blowing on their leaf whistles. It's like the valley itself is breathing. Even after all these years, the Convalis hasn't changed a bit. Aside from the one who ferried me the first time around. Veela. Veela, my old friend. Did she already move into that wooden house under the tree? She did so last month, Tin Man. I heard she worked you into one of her tales, and the children that the mists of the Convalis are puffs from your pipe. But a day later, when the children pestered her as to how you persuaded that empty suit of armor, or escaped being flown into the furnace, hearing your name only confused her. She's starting to forget. Indeed, forgetfulness. Death's warning to a banshee. She moved into the house after that. Like every other banshee she has seen off over the years, peacefully waiting for the end to come. Sling off an old friend who's forgotten my name. Didn't think my trip here would end up being so heavy. I would like you to comfort her in your own way. She has given far too much of herself for us, for the Convalis, and for the Sarkaz. You know her type, always insisting on wallowing in unknowable suffering. I simply hope that as 300 years worth of memories slowly leave her side, she can find some solace. Sure. We are here. Hmm? La Carameline? La Carameline? Yeah, I'm gonna go with La Carameline. You require my presence for your goodbyes? Nobody here. But how? Viola left? Where can a banshee losing her memory even go? Whoa, why is the elevator so dark? I thought there'd be a window or something to look out. Didn't you read the Propeller Paradise handbook they gave out? It's for building suspense. Everyone here for Air Expo Columbia gets an optimal high-altitude experience. Advanced tickets sold like hotcakes. I'll tell you what, this is going to blow those dime a dozen rinky-dink drones that have been popping up everywhere the past 2 years. Alright, no need to show off how well you memorized the handbook. We've already put propellers on every piece of furniture in our house that can take them. Does every Colombian these days hear the word sky and get all worked up into a tizzy? Also, did you notice? Even after all this time, we still haven't reached the levitation layer. That means... it means this park really is as tall as the ads say. But our latest levitation tech really can hold up an entire building. We've come to the right place, dear. Oh, this is husband and wife, I assume? Where's that music coming from? Is this an elevator ad? Oh, hi everyone, I'm Oakley, your guide to the park. I get it, being cooped up in this little black box must be awfully boring. You want to get to the punchline already. Once you get your one-of-a-kind view of Volterra from 600 meters up, it'll be worth it. In 40 seconds, we'll be arriving at Propeller Paradise's levitation layer. Before that, I'd like you all to noodle on one question. What sort of change will the sky bring to our lives? This is an interesting art style. I like that they're going... that, like... they really turned into, like, a cartoony American... like, 40s... like, 50s... 40s, 50s kind of vibe with this, aviation breakthrough from Lone Trail. That's actually an interesting direction. Might have already had the chance to try the flying cars in the lower level exhibition area today, trading tires for Ginium thrusters. Soon the only place you'll see anything with wheels or tracks is going to be a museum. Doesn't matter if it's Baby Stroller or Nomadic City. Today we struggled to decide whether to go to Minos or Siesta for summer vacation, but our indecisionitis is only going to get that much worse once every star in the sky is a potential holiday destination. The gifts you bring home for your kids after the tour might be a model of the Ring Lab, or maybe a do-it-yourself rocket kit. Do-it-yourself rocket kit. Yeah. See, I can't speak. Like, normally I'm bad at speaking, but I'm just... ugh. It's even worse today. But it won't be long before an extraterrestrial playmate is the newest preschool trend. Well, tonight we'll be gathered by the radio, betting on whether the station will, out of all the songs about the sky, pick our beloved Goodnight Kristen Wright. No. How do they know that? Why do they have a song called Goodnight Kristen Wright? I love it, but I hate it. God. But soon we'll be forgetting all about that bassy, raspy crooner because the solar wind will be our new strings. The galaxy will be our custom-ordered jukebox. The sky is Columbia's next frontier. That's more than just Vice President Jackson's campaign slogan. Propeller Paradise proves that every Colombian can be the greatest of pioneers. There'll always be a place for you somewhere beyond the star pod. The Air Expo Colombia's begins in just 7 days, and with it, everything I just said. Hold on to your tickets, or should I say, your keys to the future. Everyone's seen the sky opening over tree mounts, and of course, the old adage of seeing is believing has never been more true, so come, see, then believe. Levitation Layer, Propeller Paradise Experimental Park. Now, I wonder, did they hire her based on looking like the cartoon, or do they have a bunch of tour guides that look like her, or like the cartoon, or is the cartoon based on her? I guess never mind. It answered my own question. Nice to finally meet you all. Recognize me? I'm the model for the funny cartoon guy you just saw now, Oakley Parsons. Welcome to the Terra's one and only Levitation Experimental Park, Nomadic Plate, Colombia's Propeller Paradise. Ooh, welcome to Propeller Paradise. Your investment is greatly appreciated. Cloud. Is this restaurant the highest point of the park? Being this close to the sky is really making my heart skip some beats. What's your drink of choice? Your jaw has been hanging open since the moment you stepped off the elevator, so I imagine you must be mighty thirsty right about now. How considerate of you, Mr. Tannen. What a fine administrator you are for this Propeller Paradise. I know just how you feel. I first heard about the park back when I was with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco Arts Units in Orginium. My mouth went so dry it would like I'd been stuck in the desert for days. Why did I... The hat really informed my accent of this guy. I don't know what he's supposed to sound like. Ever since Vice President Jackson gave that speech before Congress about Colombia setting off in the sky 2 years back, everyone's been hoping to be one of the lucky few to reach up and touch the star pod. So that's why he gave up the chance for promotion at the ATO to do admin work for Propeller Paradise? That's right, sir. Fact of the matter is, I've got a keen eye for potential. Propeller Paradise got DC's back in the moment it started construction. I'm in Colombia's only nomadic plate with an autonomous administration. The brutes, the Department of Defense, and those Department of Justice hardheads have no authority here. Even as the Bureau folks are only allowed to leave a rulebook on the table. 80 years of Virginian product inspection rights gone. Oof. As for the non-government agencies, only Mainlanders Emergency Management Council is allowed to stick around. Unfortunately, they only worry about unusual accidents that might happen in the park. This place ain't even 6 months old yet, but hundreds of sci-tech companies have set up here. We've got near 10,000 researchers coming and going, and their Intellectual Property and Information Security Office gets almost 100 patent applications every day. I have to say, Propeller Paradise has been developing much faster than I expected, in so short a time. You're right on the mark. In 7 days, the park will be linking up with Max DC, officially cutting the ribbon on Air Expo Colombia. The whole country will be watching the opening ceremony. Every company here is going full throttle on the R&D they're about to show off. No better time to invest in right now. I've still got a few concerns. Concern is normal, risks and all that, but as they say, in this park in the sky, foul beasts fly right into the pot for you. I've already poured out the celebratory champagnes. Don't let it go to waste. Trust me, it'll sate your thirst. Your thirst for everything. My god, am I really standing above the clouds? Are those really foul beasts flying under my feet? This is crazy. I'm feeling a little lightheaded, thirsty, heart racing like mad. Sounds like you need some Dr. Oxygen. Right, an oxygen tank. Well, this is a drink? Stiffer than a stiff drink, softer than a soft drink. Your best friend in the sky, the best choice to beat the summer heat. Our park's special brew, Dr. Oxygen. Holy shit, they put oxygen in the Dr. Pepper. Wait, it's not carbonized, it's oxidized. That's actually... Wait. Wait, could that work? Soda, but with oxygen. Uh, Technically possible, but not something you would want to do, is basically what I'm finding. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Fun. Be honest with me here, weren't you jealous of Sancta Wings when you were a kid, even if you can't fly with them? Well, be jealous no more, because drinking Dr. Oxygen is like plunging your tongue into liquid wings. It's sweeter than your wildest dreams. What's with the ads? Shouldn't she be giving visitors basic info on the park's upper level? Just leave her be. Look at the big smiles on the guests. It takes something special to sell ordinary soda like it's some revolutionary invention. My god, it's not even oxygenated, it's just fucking soda. Our refreshing soda goes great with the sights and sounds of Propeller Paradise. Okay, everyone, follow me while I introduce the park's levitation layer. The upper level has 11 main platforms and 20 auxiliary ones. There's tubes. These tube passages are the streets with flexible cables from the foundations of the platforms. It's like the structural layer down on the ground. The levitation layer is divided into the experimental zone and the exhibition area. Each tech firm has allocated a few levitation pods to serve as labs for researchers or exhibition spaces for the public to try things out for themselves. High-altitude elevators only bring you to the lowest of the levitation plates. This ropeway station is the local traffic hub with more than 100 flight pods attached to the cables. These cable cars is the only real way to go around. One more exciting way to get around, you can try the emergency jump pads on the support platform. Just don't tell park security I said you can do that. I will say that pre-Expo rules mean that you can only test a few of the exhibits right now, but I promise you're still going to be feasting. And as a friendly reminder, the strong sunlight up here will make people thirstier than usual, but there's all sorts of flavors of Dr. Oxygen available on every levitation platform. My god, it's really Nuka-Cola. There's 15,000 flavors of Nuka-Cola now. Just go find yourself a Dr. Oxygen. Doc Ox Cherry, Doc Ox Nuka, Quantum... No need to worry, everyone. You're not getting addicted to soda, you're getting addicted to the sky. Pleasure doing biz with you, Mr. Tannen. I knew I picked the right man to work with the moment I heard you managed to get the feds to approve this place's special status in only 2 days. Pleasure's all mine, sir. Now, if you would please sign here. That older gentleman's been standing there a while now. He a friend of yours? Oh, it's the Mainlander guy, I think. Sorry to interrupt your business. I just came here looking to reminisce about the good old days. Well, I'll be. Gustav here was my boss back at the bureau. When did you show up? In the park in the sky, if I'll please fly right into the pod for you. I'll say, Mr. Tannen stuck me real deep. You skipped the best part of the story, though. The story goes that the foul beasts of the Colombian wilds are mighty sly. Tough little guys to catch, but the pioneers of the Great Expansion managed to figure out a way. They tie some pretty feathers to their pots and hang up a few dozen of them around their camp. The fowl think it's a potential mate, so they let down their guard, spread their wings, and swoop down, then bam. Head first into the back of the pot. Thinking there's a lovely gal or fellow waiting for them even as they meet their maker. Wait, you mean... Still spinning small... Still spinning small tales out of that old yarn, Gustav. Last time you said the little beasties were smart enough to tell snare from seduction, that they never fell for it. I know you dropped by because you're worried I'd get my tongue tied doing business, but I'm not the same kid I was 7 years back. I know how to behave. Considering the former ATAO chief came over to back me up, are you still concerned, sir? Seems I was misunderstanding things. Since the both of you gave me your guarantees, I'll just sign here. Exactly what I wanted to hear. Looking forward to working with you. Didn't get enough of teaching me back at the bureau, Chief. Decided to come out of retirement and run me through some old curriculum in a different classroom. Now, I never taught you to tell your lies in government applications. That investor's still in the vetting phase, too. So what? Even if the bureau rules tie your hands and mouth, you let your tail do the talking. You remember my words real well, but where's the results? Still a third over the target. Seems to me you'd do better if you untied your hands and mouth, wouldn't you say? Care to explain? Take a look at your terminal. You're not just an administrator anymore, you've got total control over Propeller Paradise. You actually recommended me for the chief executive of the entire park? Managing Propeller Paradise needs a special touch. Don't forget, you're still the bureau man, so don't make us look bad. Don't need you to remind me, Chief. We got everything handled. The Expo will go off without a hitch. Don't get cocky, kid. You and I both know that investors saw through your tricks, even if he signed a huge deal with you. He won't go back on it. Every company on the Flower Street Exchange with the word Sky in its name generated a sky-high IPO. Columbia's taking great strides into the air these days. Even little kids who can't spell Starpod play are putting rockets on their folded napkin aircraft. I'm sure you know where this Sky Mania came from. Between mounts 2 years ago when 1 million people witnessed a miracle. If it weren't for Christian Wright, all your talk about progress, the future, and conquest wouldn't be worth a dime. When Ride Lab first submitted their park project plan to DC, you were still inspecting butts and tails for immigration. There's only one thing in Propeller Paradise I don't control. Still belongs to the one who started the whole thing. You better get a brittle around your wrists here. You only got 7 days. What are you going to do? It's a long intro. Ground layer, Propeller Paradise Experimental Park. I need the parameters, Sky. Set them over already. Oh, Sky and Jaeger. That's kind of funny. Because Chuck Yeager was the one that broke the sound barrier, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Right? Yeah, first pilot in history confirmed to exceed the speed of sound in level flight. Yes. That's a good name. I like that name. It's as good as Kristen Wright, honestly. The values for the floating botanical unit have deviated. This is the first time we're using plants to perform long-distance energy transfers at the usual cables. There's still too many unconfirmed hypotheses. We need to compare the data from this unit with the ones on the upper level if we want quick results. I'll head up for you, Director. No need. The light sensors on this unit are extremely sensitive to the directionality of the light. It's using as an energy source. Errors actually mean it gets a passing grade. I just told you this 2 hours ago. Sorry. Let me ask again. What sort of tree is planted in the unit you just gave me? You saw my resume when I interviewed, Director. You know I'm no botanist. I do. You're not earning a degree by glancing down at the list of plants you're holding. You've got something else in your mind. The advanced ticket tour should be over by now. The guy was supposed to bring the visitors down to the lower level exhibitions to see Rhine Lime's Vibranium 20 minutes ago. If we are excluded from the pre-expo, the Rhine Lab's going to get kicked out of the park when the real expo starts. Occasionally, visitors to Pirelli Paradise notice Ryan's logo plastered on the facilities and talk about the legendary company that performed the miracle of opening up the sky. But very few of them notice, under the layers of levitating installations, under the very ground itself, all Rhine Lab directors standing beside an unremarkable hole in the dirt. We don't specialize in attracting visitors, Sky. Honestly, I forgot what I was good at pretty early into the 6 months I've been here. You stuffed a dozen of us researchers into the vibranium after setting up in the park. Make us tend to the saplings and debug the botanical units. Also, the park could have a few fruit trees for decor. No large-scale experimentation or anything. You think we're just here to be gardeners? No, I know the vibranium is our expo showcase. It's the Ring Lab's legacy, even if it has to stay on the ground. How long has it been since we last looked up at the sky? Nasti Lenori looks up. 2 years ago, deep below the outskirts of Tremounts, she would stand at the bottom of the shaft, look up at the night sky in much the same way. It was round, feeble. She could cover it with just one hand, but at the same time, she found it captivating and frightening to the mind. But now, the sky has become altogether unfamiliar. Tower mountains, biotech, solar boats, beach umbrellas, disc lab, Volvart's, Kuczynski's high precision astronomical telescope, and Mama John's all-weather floating billboards. Not the Mama John's billboards. They crowd the sky with pure, concentrated Columbia. Ryan proposed this park with only one thing in mind: how to make buildings levitate longer using a structural engineering approach. The corridors linking the levitating plates, the oxygen water systems for the experiment zone, this plating unit in my hand, they are important parts of the park's fundamental structure and Ryan's achievements. We have only 7 days until the expo begins. We need to finish testing and checking all the exhibits as quickly as possible. We're at Propeller Paradise's engineering department right now. Don't forget your duty. That's all? Your dreams? Kristen's dreams in the sky? We're just gonna die like that? Sunlight filters through the chaotic tangle of levitating objects before falling onto Nasty's face. She does not reply. She simply pulls down the brim of her hat. Damn, they killed Kristen Wright's dream and turned it into a fucking radio jingle, apparently. Oh boy, Monorginium Prime. Dr. Oxygen. Okay, wow. Alright. I guess we'll use these guys again. Gotta get them. Who are you? Horde. I don't remember. You should get to 100. Who else needs to go up? You too. What do we have here? We have supporter, defender, sort of a healer. Got a lot of stuff, but bring you. And we'll bring you. Sure. Skill 1's fine. That should be enough healing. Normally I'd bring Sculptor, but she's 200 trust, so this might be a little better. And then Skybox will probably replace one of you, but when we get him, anyways. Okay, I'm probably gonna stop doing the voices because my throat doesn't hurt, but I'm tired. Ugh. In sarcasm, freeze. Ooh. Oh, it's Saria. Sound of rapid punching. The incantation draws an invisible wall in midair, blocking every one of the Beauvair's punches. The letters abbreviating her alma mater, the Tremounts Institute of Technology, and her boxing gloves are soaked with sweat. Finally, the Beauvair stops. Phew, let's call it a day. Thanks for agreeing to be my practice partner, Nasti. I've only done half your normal routine. It's time for you to go. Can we say goodbye to the others? Not yet. Miriam goes without saying. Milzies is in Keurig. I don't know the new directions of HR and structural all that well yet. As for Justin Jr. and Ferdinand, I think it's better that those two see each other in private. They can give each other an audience to name drop fancy banquet guests or rattle off the couple of fanciful theories they were this close to crowning a new king of science. Besides, just a business trip. There are a few things that require a business trip from the head of engineering personally. The district has approved our application to consolidate resources for the Rise and Arc project and continue developing levitation technology based on the legacy of Galeria Stellaria. But they have also opened the door to every tech firm in Columbia, designating an entire plate for that purpose. Did you see the list of names, administrators from the ATAO, and even Maylander? Our proposal is now merely one of thousands. They're already showing as much respect as they could by allowing Rhine Lab to provide foundational engineering support for the plate. Government officials, tech firm representatives, things will be very busy on the plate. You're not used to dealing with these things. I haven't heard you complaining about anything. Control. The star pod is recovering, while the eyes cast up to the sky linger. Common sense is turned upside down. What was once ignored has naturally become the center of attention. Naturally, since the announcement of the special loan policy, one-third of major enterprises have had an aerial operations department, and SMEs are climbing over one another to jump on the Sky Fever bandwagon. I know what you're implying, but I'm not interested in political games. Even if how things develop is out of our control, Ryan Lab must maintain the initiative as the original proponent in order to protect what Kristen left behind. That's not so hard to understand. Yes, well, thanks for helping out. One more thing. Why did you hang a sign that says Components Control Section outside your old office instead of moving into Kristen's? I'm used to this place. Mulesy asked the same question. She grabbed my arm and asked with watery eyes whether I made this choice to honor Kristen. I'm sure there would always be a place for Kristen at the company. Suppose you just feel more comfortable in your old place. You personally oversaw every little detail here, after all. You were watching over my shoulder the whole time I was furnishing your office. You're even more OCD than Parvis was. Parvis, not Pravis. Parvis. Rhine Lab is the same as it ever was. I wouldn't quite say that. If these staff who come looking for control will actually find her once in a while. I'm not sure you're the right person to say that. Is that why you chose me for the trip? Make a cut here. Yes, that's the right angle. That way, the branches of the main trunk will not be affected. Test passed. Give it a tug for me before we pave it, Sky. Next set, light sensor performance normal, levitation altitude stable, energy input and output check. This needs a tug too. Oh, and get the disassembly set from the toolbox for me. You still need the high-speed screwdriver and multifunction wrench then? Depends. Huh? What happened to your voice? I would love to help, but I have a scissor hanging from my buttons, and I'm holding 5 trees. I really can't take any more. Sorry, I'll get it. Did Sky leave? He told you 3 times that he was going to the levitation layer for inspection, so you didn't acknowledge him at all. You could have given me a heads up. The first rule of secretary is stand to one side and smile politely, only stirring when directed by your boss, and shut your ears when the conversation turns confidential. I assure you I did not hear any of the figures or nouns that you just discussed, nor would I have understood a word of it. I remember you now. You're from the administration. Gordon Tannen's secretary. I'm flattered you remember me, Director Lenori. My name is Marcia. You may call me Mary. Mr. Tannen would like to invite you to lunch. Did you manage his work inbox? You received your last 16 rejections. Then I'll get straight to the point. I know he's not interested in foundational engineering, and he knows that I have no interest in proposals outside of work. Speaking of lunch, though, have you changed your mind? It is indeed time for lunch. Nasti flips through her toolbox, taking out a rectangular object wrapped in foil from underneath all the instruments and neatly packed toolboxes. Mercedes' curiosity brings her closer. She wants to know what can make this enigmatic director of Fine Lab decline the most luxurious course at the Cloud Park's fine dining establishment. A crack appears in her impeccable secretarial smile, however, as she watches Nasti impassively unwrap the object. Is this brick your lunch? Ration bar. What? Garcia cannot look away from the brick. Are you hungry? Would you like a bite? I suppose. Thank you. Just fucking eating the sea rations. Chews with great difficulty. Swallows arduously. Cough, cough. You didn't have to say yes. Second rule of secretaries: never decline an offer from your boss's guest, for even the smallest trifle might sour a relationship. How many rules are there? Mr. Tannen gave me a booklet that is 2 centimeters thick. However, the most important one, and the one that I memorized first, was do whatever it takes to carry out your orders, for no one will listen to your excuses. Don't force yourself to eat it. Thank goodness. I mean, thank you for the hospitality. I have a rule of my own, although it's a bit simpler. What is it? I was born in Kazdal. The first rule I learned there is that food is precious, and no one may lie before it. You're holding my lunch, so kindly tell me the truth. What exactly does Mr. Tannen want to discuss with me? Ooh, got her. Reporting in. The core concept of this project is a perfect combination of zero-G simulation and wine tasting by substituting gravity with centrifugal force. You may spin, but your wine won't. Come to the Lucky Cyst Beast floating revolving bar. Or it's not just the wine that makes your head spin. No need to read me the marketing copy. I'm just here to assess and ask questions from an engineering perspective. Where's the other tester? Any feedback after the recertifications? Vomit. And he's down. He didn't sleep well last night. He passed the recheck. Didn't we, Mr. Yeager? We won't have our permit revoked. Lucky Cyst floating revolving bar does not meet requirements, whether based on engineering reports or tester feedback. We would love to solve the technical issue of unstable power supply, but we need time. You had 3 days, in accordance with the rules of Propeller Paradise. But it takes at least 5 days for the developers to discuss the solution. Propeller Paradise has as many corporations as there are cars in the crossroads of Tremont Square. Tremounts. Every driver has somewhere to be, but no one pleads at the traffic lights. There must be another way. I know. We hired close to 100 testers. We could fire them and hire more researchers with the money. But you promised us yesterday. Shut up. I reviewed the registration details for Lucky Cyst Beast. You're a grocer in a small town. You lack the professional knowledge for levitation technology research, even if the banks have relaxed the loan criteria for businesses in the aerial sector. We stand upon Terra's first and only floating plate. Everything here must be worthy of it. Please, don't tear off that ticket. I put my life savings into Lucky Cyst Beast. Please. And gone. That's it? I'll be back to cleaning Tremont's office building windows in a couple days. Go on, barf your heart out. At least we got a taste of life in the sky. You won't have anything to throw up when you get back to the frontier with cold and hunger. Skip the technical inspections before the opening? Absolutely not. Everyone on Propeller Paradise is racing against the clock to get across the finish line. Mr. Tannen believes that any delay to projects caused by inspections will compromise Propeller Paradise's opening. In addition, reducing the amount of communications you have to conduct with other tech firms will allow you to devote more of your time to your Rhine Lab research. Mr. Tannen has your best interests at heart. My best interests? I spent years wandering the frontier when I first came to Columbia, building houses for pioneer teams and killing bandits for the caravans. Life was hard until I finally got my big break. I had someone like Gordon Tannen with my best interests at heart, handling everything I wasn't comfortable with. That would have been very fortunate, I'm sure. I would have died out in the wilderness, I'm sure. Besides, what he really wants is for Ryan Lamb to forfeit our control over technical inspections. How do you know? You imitate his negotiating style too well. Traps and pitfalls are obvious. I'm not a cautious. I'm not in the habit of diving into holes. Spit it out. What does he really want? You are as astute and decisive as he said you were. In that case, I'm sure you understand that when Mr. Tannen is in charge of Propeller Paradise's overall administrations, Ryan's has a stranglehold on public opinion. He doesn't need any accidents at such a critical juncture, nor can he afford one. Therefore, he has put together a list based on project progression and asks that you perform the inspections in this order. This way, at least the inspections will have a minimal impact on the progress of individual projects and minimize the chance of conflict, setting aside the issue of engineering control. The less hassle for you, the less hassle for him. I won't try to speculate about Tannen's intentions with the order. We have a compromise. Give me the list. Thank you for your understanding, Director Lunori. I won't trouble you any longer. One last question. Which rule were you following with the negotiations just now? The 12th. Know your boss and communicate his intentions with absolute faithfulness when negotiating. You are his personal representative. However, before I came, Mr. Tannen stressed how difficult the head of Ryan's lab engineering section was. I packed blankets because I thought you might have to spend the night in your office. That's not what I see. You don't need concern from other people, and you're used to cutting through the problem the most direct possible way, but you still care about people. Which is why I now have the time to enjoy my lunch in peace, something that I have not done in a long time. Thank you. Do we have any vanguards on this team? I actually don't know. No.
もうこれでやるしかないわね。大丈夫。必ず突破口は見つけられる。私たちの勝利に参加を。
Uh-oh. I
迷
don't
ってい
have
る
any.
暇がありませんわよ。
I don't have any real aerial units besides Nasti here. And not Nasti Mantra. Oh, but she counts. Okay, that's... I forgot about that. Does that extend the range? No, because they're not connected. Okay.
呼びましたか？ドクター、信じてるから。
隠密行動が必要ならば聞いている。
私の出番だね。
This team has like no range units, which is not really ideal.
テープに足を取られないようにな。
波打つアルテシオ。
プロセスエラー。この世に君が足を休める場所はない。聞いている。私の声に従え。
Why am I playing in one time? I should be playing in two. That's foolish of me. Okay. I'm gonna have to remove some people from this team and add some actual ranged threats, because if it's all flying units, which I assume it's all gonna be flying units, it is not gonna be ideal to have just one Lord Guard and two casters. Andrew, did they hit you again? Call me Sky. But you gave yourself that name. Mom and Dad said, don't bring them into this. What have they ever done for us except use as punching bags? They don't get to decide my name. I swept floors for 6 years at TIT and eavesdropped on every course that I wouldn't turn out like those two piles of garbage. But, and you, don't you have anything better to do than put nagging notes in my bag? It's not like I don't know how to eat. Those people are here again. Friggin' hell, they just won't quit, will they? Stay behind me. You think you're all high and mighty wearing that white coat, eh? You and that little bitch there have always been slummed or drags, no matter what you wear. Wow. I don't remember much swearing ever in Arknights. You're a mean beast in a ditch. You wouldn't know greatness if it shat in your face. Holy shit, this chapter's going hard. Say that again, I dare you. Andrew. Fuck. Oh. Oh, this is back then, I think. Yep, because there's Ad Astra. Yep, this is 2 years ago. This is the launch of Kristen Wright. Such a great song. What's that? Catastrophe! Run! Catastrophe, my ass. It's called exploration. Progress. The young man, all bruised up, looks at the sky. He forgets that he is a dark and dirty alley, with a scared little girl behind him. He cannot help but go after that ray of light in the sky. Aren't you worried about the control? Like she ever needs us to worry. We're going the same way. That's all we are. We can only play our own parts, and then pray she's lucky. One day, Castle 2 hangs from the firmament. Then I'll engrave your name into my stoves. And pants. Excuse me, ma'am. Could you tell me about the one who went into the sky? Who was that? Kristen. Her name was Kristen Wright. Lucky Sispi's Food and Beverage will cancel the registration tomorrow, Director. They didn't pass the recheck? Not even close. They were one of the first corporations that made the transformation to get into Propeller Paradise riding in Sky Fever when review criteria was less strict. What will happen to the testers they hired? The bosses can't tell a motor from a transformer. Or you just saw the name Propeller Paradise and it's an opportunity to get rich quick. What were you asking? Nothing. You seem to like the name. I wish they would just call it Galeria Stellaria. I know you don't approve of publicizing the Ring Lab's technological legacy. I have no intention of criticizing the Anti-Control's decision, but overly conservative decision-making will only cause us to lose the respect we deserve. Countless tech firms have appeared out of nowhere, based on nothing but speckles of data. The Ring Lab that's shown on millions of Colombians is now educational toys accessible to anybody above the age of 5. Space and universe are buzzwords on every Colombian's lips, but few remember that they came from Kristen's experimental logs that were made public. No one is truly commemorating her, not even you, Director Lenori. Recording and retrospective are historians' work. Our job is to analyze validated data and follow a path that is effective and proven. What has come of this data and path? Over the past couple of years, Ryan has acquired a dozen smaller labs making progress in projects large and small, with the notable exception of Kristen's legacy. This exhibition will publish Ryan's subsequent research into the Galeria Stellaria for the first time, putting second-rate tech firms in their place, returning to the realm of aero exploration of the public eye. I know the Vivarium was built on the data transmitted down from the Ring Lab, and that the development of a plant-based energy transmission system represents a monumental milestone in engineering design. Nurturing sprouts, paving botanical units, technological inspections. All these are for the sake of progressing our experiments, but is a vivarium really enough when it did not even get its day in the sun from the pre-expo? Please tell me, Doctor. Ryan has bigger goals, don't we? Like how no one knew that Kristen was going to pierce the sky before the night she did it? That night over Tree Mounts was a long time ago. Get to inspecting the next company. Take note of the change in order. Yes, ma'am. Sky. I know how you feel, and I know that Kristen was the one who inspired you to join us. Many people looked up in the sky that night. Not everyone chose to chase it. Don't forget what made you take that first step. I'll prepare the inspection documents. Here's your pass, agreement form, and business directory. Once again, I welcome you and your team on behalf of Propeller Paradise. Next, can I help you? I'm canceling my business registration. What is the name of the business? Lucky Sispi's Food and Beverage. You'll be dismissing 82 testers, correct? Yes, I have their files in my own here. Thank you. One moment, please. Did the shadow moon fall on my head or something? Why was I so sure I would make my money back after I hired 82 amateurs with no corporate experience? Every company does the same thing. Why does it have to be Lucky Suspies that gets the axe? million gold certificates down the drain just because we were a little bit slow dealing with problems? You gotta be freaking kidding me. Holy crap, did one boot Shadow Moon Real Estate solve that stupid 3D levitating boundary market technical issue? That bunch of cobblers. Your request has been processed, Mr. Aspen. The Propeller Paradise hotline will remain available until the end of the day. Okay. However, if you have certain special needs, like what Shadow Moon Real Estate did, we can help you with that. What do you mean? Styling staff member takes out the business directory that virtually everyone in Propeller Paradise has a copy of and points to a phone number. No name, no address. Just an unremarkable phone number hidden among thousands, as tiny as Aspen soap. One phone call to this number is going to solve my problems. Lucky Sispies won't have to leave Propeller Paradise? Correct. And I want to withdraw the terminations and cancellation of the registration. No need to worry, the registration of Lucky Sispies has not been cancelled. However, you do not need to withdraw the termination of your testers. This phone call will completely solve your problems, and you won't need those people anymore. A miracle? Or a scam? Screw it, anything to stay up here. Mr. Tannen. Let me guess. Nasti was skeptical, but she accepted the list and agreed to the proposal. Yes, I checked the engineering department's inspection schedule for today, and it's exactly in the order you proposed. How did you know? I didn't know what she was going to choose. All I know is that I'm at the apex of my life right now, and everything's going my way. You're in good spirits. It's going to take more than a Ryan director to move that needle. Open the letter on the table. From Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Arts Units, and Originium to Mr. Gordon Tannen. Congratulations on your appointment as Chief Executive of Propeller Paradise. 2 pages. I've never seen a congratulation letter this long. The reassignment letter I got 6 months ago on the border was 2 lines. Everyone thinks the ATAO is a sweet gig, but I didn't get to embezzle shit from the savages in Sammy or the tribals in the Sargonian rainforest. The old fox hated me, and the rest of the ATAO turned their noses up at me. Now, he's retired and I'm promoted. Things sure can change in a hurry, don't they? Still light out, but a happy occasion like this calls for a toast. Your champagne, sir. Well done, Mary. You made some progress in your time with me, whether we're talking about Nasti or this glass. Pour one for yourself. Thank you, sir. However, the rules are quite clear about not drinking on the job. Piece shit, I pulled that manual out of my ass. In that case, would you like to say a few words? Yeah, the exhibition 6 days from now is just the start. My opening address will be the toast of all Columbia. Every rocket will have my face on it. The largest district in the Shadow Moon will be named after me. Ryan, ATAO, the district. No one's ever going to tell Gordon Tannen what to do. This will be my Propeller Paradise forever and ever. Bottoms up. Who are you? Here for the party? Hello, are you the Chief Executive of Propeller Paradise? Oakley, newly appointed guide for the Propeller Paradise. I'm supposed to report to Mr. Golden Tannen. Golden Tannen spits the champagne out of his mouth. That guy ain't Oakley. Never actually heard her voice before. Ooh, tutorial map. Alright, let's go. Tutorial time. It's already 11 o'clock, man. We're barely even hour and a half into the stream. I'm so out of it today. I started way too late. Okay. We're now in Propeller Paradise Levitation Layer. Note the various shapes and sizes of levitation zones. Those are the main focus of experimentation here. Both ground operators and high ground operators can stand on the levitation zone and block aerial targets, but these zones have very limited weight capacity. Balloons are levitation zone's main source of buoyancy. Note how many balloons are hooked up to a levitation zone. That's how many operators it can carry. Ah, I see. So 2 operators here, 3 operators here, 1 operator here. No operators here? Interesting. I'm in the sky. I'm all the way up high. I see a target coming this way. I'm gonna block it. Target, watch out. You're on a levitation zone with only 1 balloon mounted. Its load capacity is max at 1 person, and that's you. Oh, what happened? Whoa, I'm not in the sky. The balloon just got blown away. Bummer. Due to safety concerns, each time a levitation zone rises or sinks, operators deployed aboard will immediately redeploy. Operators' HP and SP will carry over, though any skills that were active will be reset. Oh. That's annoying. Okay.
手に汗握るテストがついに始まりますね。
気をつけなきゃ。
Oh, that went well.
アクトどもが。
援護お願い。
Oh. Okay. I think I fucked up. I think I know what you're supposed to do.
理想的な結果
Yeah,
は
redo
言い
that
難
one.
いですが、戦術の練り方には
Yeah,
ま
that-
だ改善の余地があります。そうは思い上がりませんか、ドクター。
So those guys blow away the balloons and fuck you up. I see. First attack after being blocked deals bonus damage based on movement speed, blows away balloons and powerful balloons at the target's tile. Okay. Redo this.
あなたのシミュレーション通りのタイミングですね。
気をつけなきゃ。ちゃんと狙って投げないと。
Easy. You just have to put Bernard down first so that the balloon doesn't blow off the platform. That's how you beat it. Okay. Okay. Shoot. We need like actual snipers. Bring the wife, I guess. Those are not good for this. Yeah, we can use you. That's fine. Bring the sisters. That should work. Yeah, that should be enough. I should be fine with just those two. Still could use Vanguard though. Probably should bring a Vanguard, but it'll be fine. Shit, bro. Take my name if you want, but you don't have to steal my entire past. How dare you slander me? I wrote the entire application myself. You recite it from memory. How am I supposed to pull something I wrote a year ago from memory? Oakley, born in Bunker Hill, graduated Tiermont's College of Arts and Science, previously worked on as a guide in the Human Development and Technological Innovation Department of the District's Convention Center. Innovation is misspelled. You, damn you. I didn't lose my terminal and CV. Warren's head has never hurt so badly. The holes in the onboarding process are obvious upon further inspection, but the real question is, why would she impersonate a guide? Is she a Lathian spy, a DoD agent, or a pair of eyes that DC is keeping on him? The imposter has already been in contact with many corporations at the preview exhibition. Dealing with her now means broadcasting his negligence to the whole country. Besides, Gordon has no idea how much she knows and whether she has ill intentions towards him in Columbia. Gordon dares not think about it any further. Your gaze wanders when you speak, your voice is trembling, and you talk without rhyme or reason. I doubt Mr. Tan would want such an Oakley to handle promotion work. Don't bring Mr. Tan into this, I tell you. Shut up. Perhaps you need a little time to calm down, Mr. Oakley. Come with me to the reception room to rest for a little while. Mr. Tan and I, listen up. I just pulled your activity record from the park here. It won't be hard to figure out just who you are. One more line of throwing off this plate. It won't matter who you are when you're a puddle on the ground 600 meters down. You got me? Now talk. Who are you? A guide. You got balls. I'll give you that. The kind of guide the tourists need. My name is Fern. I'm a tour guide. My apologies, Mr. Oakley. Mr. Tan will make sure this matter is dealt with promptly. Do you believe me now? Of course. You can reach me through this terminal if you need anything. Now get some rest. I'll be going. Alright. Done. Read the room and avert potential risks for your boss. Another room for secretaries. Is the secretary going to be evil? Said Oakley got himself drunk a month ago after a breakup, and he gave you his resume instead of his contact info to give you the chance to sneak into Propeller Paradise under his identity. That's right. I was an old banshee who somehow got lost in the bleached wasteland. Her memory was hazy and it was difficult to communicate with her. Yes, you suspect that she was ill, and you were asking around under the guise of a guide to make her journey a smooth one. Just why you look like you were up to something? Exactly. Spent a whole month here. You know this is no ordinary place. You're foreign spy. The military will take you in for questioning, torture, and you'll never again see the light of day. You're an agent from the Department of Defense. DC won't let you off the hook. They'll disavow, distort, and even dispose of you, all for the sake of tipping the scales to their side. If you're a district plant, then you've learned too much, and ATAO taught me plenty of ways to help you forget. But you're just a tour guide who cares for a client. You're a good person. The Columbia will do good by a good person. You're gonna press charges? Believe me, I'd love to, but too many corporations have noticed your performance at the pre-expo. You'll deal with your problems, you get lost before they find out who you are. The longer you stay, the more you have to compensate the poor guy whose name you stole. If all you want to do is clear the mind of your Banshee client, I can help you. You know about Banshees? I know how to solve your problem. Loading botanical unit connected. Bioelectrical signal detected. Charging drive unit. Yeah, that's the smoothest experience we've gone, isn't it? No, this voice. The short circuit protection has kicked in. Unravel. Unravel. Shouldn't touch an overload that's converted with your bare hands, Director. Works better than incantation. How are the readings? Exhibition standards, technology for high-altitude energy transmission through plants is sufficiently mature. The standards of your expectations for the project, however, not good enough. The energy transmission threshold for the floating botanical unit falls short of theoretical values. That prickly Forte kid would chill out a bit if you said as much to him. This guy's inexperienced, but he was right about one thing. This vibranium is Kristen's legacy, and we owe it to her to do our best. You're always stubborn, going back to when we dug out the shaft together 5 years ago. You pulled all-nighters to ensure its structural integrity, enchanting the core materials with incantations, nothing to get you to take a break, not even your favorite gummy worms. If you want to go fin catching, do it at Lake Sullivan. Assuming I approve your leave request, of course. Besides, I worked so many hours that just because I was inefficient. I learned to write curses too late. My incantations suffer in strength and precision compared to my kindred, as they rely on sound as the sole medium. Is that why you modified your bone pen to use a hole-punched paper tapes to supplement your casting? Huh. Yes, I took a lot of wrong turns. As she takes out her bone pen, a plain, unornamented object resembling Ryan's technological creations. She inserts it into a sapling in the vibranium, and a white glow rises from its roots, through the branches and into every leaf. It's as though a command has been entered into the whole vivarium. Terminals begin to execute programs, automatically recording plant energy conversion data. Such an efficient programming language, your incantations. Then we should make more efficient decisions at this bottleneck, despite the risks. You mean, review the report again. Thank you for your work. Yes, ma'am. Hello, this is the Divine Vivarium Lab. Hello, Director Lunari. Mr. Tannen has asked me to express his gratitude to reasonable accommodation that led to successful cooperation. There are some follow-up matters to be discussed. Do you have time this afternoon? Yes. Excellent. I'll see you in the Vivarium in an hour. Ride this ropeway to Flying Donut Station, then take the ring corridor. I'm in the right place, aren't I? It's dark here. Where's the light? Good heavens, where am I? Oh, we failed the stage. Intruder alert, intruder alert. Wait, is this a Tin Man thing? That's his tie, ain't it? Activating bioscan, analyzing results. Species Terran, sex male, threat level pending. A talking fin beast. Mind your words, foolish Terran. I'm Space Fin 054. State your universe ID number immediately. Universe ID? Your corporate name, nitwit. Oh, Lucky Sispies Food and Beverage. Ah, so you're the partner the Sky Conqueror was expecting. How unfortunate that I won't get the chance to test my lasers. Cannons. Don't touch anything, the supervisor will be here momentarily. Supervisor? Oh, it's him. 5-4, make sure you speak like an extraterrestrial entity next time you do the client explanation thing. Aye, sir. Mr. Tannen. Shh, don't huff and puff. The polite thing to do when you sit into this collection of unique curiosities, like which you will not find anywhere else to tear out, is to admire it with your eyes. Look at the wall on your right. 5 years ago, I confiscated the possessions of a pioneer trying to illegally cross the border and found an unusual water circulation and filtration system in his trailer. It helped me find the core component in exchange for looking the other way. When the unit was assembled, I identified it as a locus of sorcery, a Sarkaz witchcraft weapon. My goodness, it must be dangerous. Turn around and look behind you. This is a Trident Arts unit from Lithuanian, created by the Witch King cultists who had wanted to amplify arts output so they could rip apart the fabric of reality and summon their master. Kinda crazy, sure, but its conversion efficiency is 50 times the max allowed by the Propeller Paradise regulations. Even an onion could fly with it. Wait, so you solved One Boot's technological issues with contraband? Contraband? ATAO made up this stupid rule about only using parts made in Colombia. I don't know, and I don't care about the reasons behind the decision. All I know is that these rules are un-Colombian. They restrict scientists and force entrepreneurs to lie. I was a single humble ATAO officer who imported inventions from across Terra into Propeller Paradise from the heart and soul of 1/3 of all levitating facilities here. 1/3? You run hundreds of smuggling operations without getting exposed? Every transaction, every deal has gone without a hitch under my management. Not even my secretary Mary knows my secrets. I need time to think about this, Mr. Tannen. Lucky Sispies has only 1 day left. I got other things on my plate. I give you 5 seconds. Lucky Sispies gets a mongrel heart, or you let it die to your stubborn pride. Choose. Damn. Backroom deals to keep his paradise floating. Should have expected much from the bureaucrats of Max DC. Fuck. Hold on. We'll be able to finish this stage, but then we gotta run quick.
これでやるしかな
They're
い
coming this way, so we will put
大丈
her
夫
here.
必ず突破口は見つけられる
They're coming this way now.
ついてきて
Okay, we're gonna need a blocker over here though.
誤
So
解
put
なき
her
を言っ
here.
とくけど戦場の匂いは別に好きじゃないから次は車椅子に飛行スラスターをつけてアップルパイ
Okay, and then we
工事現場
have
周辺の安全は確保しなければならない。
私たち
here.
の勝利へ参加を
施工目標の再確認は不要だ。すでに作業を始めている。
Shoot, that's not what I want, actually. You're making this? Yeah, that can make high ground. Cool.
私が彼らを黙らせる違法人の
万物の死の執着ではない。
ビオポーレント
Oh, she's too high. She can't actually fight these guys. Okay.
私の出番だねどうぞ排除確認ちょっと低いもう一回ビオポーレント人形がかりそめの命を宿す
Okay, one more. Easy. Okay. I just need to switch these two. Put Civ Light with her and the other one with the Bandori girl with the other Bandori girl. It was Bandori, right? I genuinely don't remember. Abi Mujika. Or whatever the fuck Abi Mujika is. Okay, I gotta BRB. Take the dog out. Okay, so BRB. Okay, we're back. Sorry, that took way too long. But it was sprinkling when he wanted to go outside, so by the time I opened the door to try and get him outside, he didn't want to go because it was sprinkling. So that took like 10 minutes. Alright, where were we? Okay. Dr. Wright's former right-hand woman, supervisors of the Vivarium, the Pearl Paradise Engineering Department. Is this the follow-up matter you're discussing? Guy can improve communication in the engineering department, promotional events for the Vivarium, avoiding other frosty reception for Ryan, like what happened at the preview. The botanical units funding with the propellers get the lift from incantations rather than the propellers. Not entirely. Incantations that do not use sound as a medium need to be combined with machinery to maintain operation. Your bone pound must be extremely important to you. Would losing it have negative consequences such as loss of memory or illness? Bone pound is just a tool, it does not have psychological effects. How do you relieve stress and recover energy outside of work? Does a full course horn treatment help you relax? Which brand of horn care products do you recommend? May I touch your horn to see how well it works? Your answer questions have nothing to do with their work. Researcher take you through the vivarium to answer any questions you may have, but I have some things I need to speak with Marcia about here, alone. My throat hurts again. What is Gordon planning this time? When he asks, Mr. Tennant understands Ryan's current circumstances me. Give competitors certain ideas, but he does not wish to see it impact the inspection efforts. He has the best of intentions. Thought he already traded his conscience for that fancy suit. Besides, I have a hard time believing that an official guide would make ask such irrelevant questions unless she has ulterior motives to begin with. I'm not making any accusations. I know you have a prompt to protect your boss, but you know you can tell me the truth. I agree it's unusual, but I don't think Mr. Tennant is targeting you. I've only just recently come to an accord. There's no reason to put pressure on you a second time in such a short period of time. Mr. Tennant is a careful man. He would not have told me about it if he had other intentions, if only to avoid accidents, unless he's keeping some kind of secret. He disappears from the office at certain times during the day every day. First, that he was going out to talk to potential investors, but I spoke to an investor who complimented Mr. Tennant getting a contract signed in a single sitting. Yet he said his negotiations with this particular investor were rocky and needed more time. Why are you looking at me like that? You just violated the first rule of secretaries. Besides, you're not as tense as you used to be when going over the clues. It's not so. According to the rules, I should close my ears and mouth and think only about the interests of my boss, but now I'm not sure what he's thinking. Are you two talking about me? Oh no. I'm glad to see the two of you getting along so well. Mary's a shy girl, and I thought she would have trouble making friends outside of work. Mr. Tennant, is that part of her rules too? You're a hell of a joker, you know that? Hope you're not here for the comedy. I'm here to apologize. I know how exhausting it may be, inspecting thousands of exhibits while doing your own work at the same time. I just wanted to do my part to help. You sent a very professional guide. It's only natural to be nervous when meeting your hero. Never knew I had a fan like that. You must be shy, or maybe you're trying to avoid suspicion. What do you mean? Bring the guide, Mary. I have a few questions about Dr. Lenore that I would like to ask her. She's gone, sir. Say what? Director Lenore, nutrition supply to all the plates has been cut. There's no error from the control program, no sign of hardware damage to the control center. It's almost as if the command to control them has been revoked. Yes, the converters that were supposed to supply energy to the plants are now running in reverse. Plants have about died in minutes. The command isn't repaired. Now they've already begun to wilt. Holy shit. First the leaves, then the branches and the trunks, the greenery that covered the lab walls peeled off in a matter of seconds. Everyone stops to watch the disaster unfolding before their very eyes. They all know what the shriveled bony branches signify. It is not just the trees and desperate straits. What are you standing there for? Hurry up and move the saplings for the exhibition. Those are our last ones. Everybody freeze. What? All Paradise Police will take control of the vivarium effective immediately and begin an investigation into this incident. No one may approach the equipment until evidence collection is completed. Security. Yes, sir. These fuckers. Put the vivarium on lockdown. Yes, sir. This was a trap. He orchestrated this. Sorry you lost your experience, Dr. Minori, but I have to ensure the safety of Propeller Paradise. Your researchers have to leave the lab until the investigation is complete. I'll get someone to handle the inspections. When did those guards show up outside the door? Before the alarm sounded or after? I don't know what you're talking about. Researchers can leave. I won't. Your timing is a little too perfect, Gordon. Oh, she knows. She knows he's fucking doing this. Thank goodness someone's on my tail. Sorry, Mr. Tendon. I'll have to go back on my promise to meet you in the vivarium. I found what I need to help the Banshee. White objects lying in her palm. 2 minutes ago, she was walking through the vivarium while thinking about what can help restore an aging Banshee's mind. Must be something that is very important to a Banshee, something that would awaken her instincts. Small objects inserted into a tree caught Fern's eye, as though ordained by fate. The white surface is covered in esoteric symbols, patterns floating around it like a glowing cardiograph with a lure irresistible. Fern had seen similar symbols and patterns before. It's Banshee's bone pen. Sorry, Director Lenore, but I'll have to borrow this for a while. I'll return as soon as my client has recovered. Oh, so she has, the girl Tin Man was going to see. Hello, sorry to keep you cooped up in this room all day. I found a way to restore your memories. Ma'am? There's no one in the room. Only the creased sheets show any indication someone used to be here. Wind blows into the room through the open window. A black feather that fell from a horn quivers on the windowsill. Gone. Hey, good. We have a Banshee with no memories running around.
仕上げにもう一度確認をしておこう。我々にとって完璧とは単なる合格に過ぎない。
Okay. God, I'm tired, and it's been 2 hours. I really don't want to end stream here because I barely streamed this week, but I think I'm gonna have to end stream here and see about picking it up tomorrow because I am tired. And I have stuff to do in the morning, so that's gonna be the end of this stream. We did end up getting Nasti. God, I have so much sandy. We did get Nasti, so oh, that's actually crazy. Huh. Cool. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Later.